Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of Imania. My name is Jit. So today I am going to SWOT analysis of Ek Villain Returns. So let's begin. So the first the strengths of Ek Villain Returns are the music. So as we all know, Mohit Suri films are generally known for a remarkable as well as melodious music. Whether the film is good or bad, that is a different debate at all, but the music of the film is really good. For example, Half Girlfriend, which film is not up to the mark as other films as Mohit Suri, but the music of the film is really admirable as well as really good. So same goes to Ek Villain Returns. The album of Ek Villain Returns are really sounds like promising, and those songs are really good. Those released yet. So now move on to the second strength of Ek Villain Returns, and that is the director Mohit Suri. Because after watching the Ek Villain Returns trailer, I will only watching this film for the director Mohit Suri, because who is one of my favorite director, who is directed the films like Ashiki 2, Murder 2, Ek Villain Part 1. Those films are really one of my favorite films, especially Ek Villain Part 1. That is one of my favorite romantic film. So in this film he is also worked as a writer, so that is the reason I will watch this film for the director Mohit Suri, because I have totally faith of his direction capability. So now move on to the weaknesses of Ek Villain Returns. So the first weakness of Ek Villain Returns are the cast. I am really disappointed to the cast performance in the trailer, because we are talking about the original film. The cast performance is really remarkable. That was outstanding in that film, especially Ritesh Deshmukh, who is the show stealer of that film. But in this trailer, the cast performance is really looks like very pathetic. Starting with John Abraham. John Abraham looks like his Satyameva Jayate Avatar. Arjun Kapoor looks like as his previous films. Tara Sudhariya and Disha Patani. Tara Sudhariya and Disha Patani looks like as usual they won't have any facial expression. So the cast performance is really lagging in this film. So I hope the cast performance turns out a good performance in this film. So now move on to the second weaknesses of Ek Villain Returns, that is the promotion. I really don't know what is the reason the production house and the director and the cast, they are not promoting in this film. Generally we saw that T-Series is promoting their films in large scale, but in this film they are not promoting too much. So what is the reason they are not confident in their product? So I don't know what is the reason, but they should be promoting this film, because unless they are promoting the film, it will be effect in the box office. So now move on to the third weaknesses of Ek Villain Returns, and that is too much adult scenes. So after watching Ek Villain, so this film has a family audience base, as we know, because Ek Villain Returns, they will not use too much adult scenes. They will see the romance with a beautiful way, but in the trailer they will show too much adult scenes in the trailer. I am really confused which trailer I was watched. Is it Ek Villain Returns or 50 Shades of Grey's Hindi version? I am really confused in that time, but I think that is a weakness, because this film will get A certificate and they will lost a huge family audience. So that will be effect of that film. Now move on to the opportunities of Ek Villain Returns, and that is female leads prove themselves. Because Tara Sudhariya and Disha Patani, if you watch their filmography, they will not getting an author-packed role before that. So in this film, I hope Mohit Suri will get significant as well as author-packed role, both of them in this film. So they both have an biggest opportunity to prove themselves with their acting capability. So now move on to the second opportunities of Ek Villain Returns, and that is a comeback opportunity for Arjun Kapoor and Mohit Suri. So as we all know, Arjun Kapoor's careers, where the Arjun Kapoor's career stand out, but in this film I would say Arjun Kapoor has a big opportunity to come back, because he will not deliver any hit in last few years. So in this film he has an opportunity to prove his acting skills, as well as he has a comeback opportunity to box office. Same goes to Mohit Suri. His last film is Malang, that is not hit in the box office. So this film is equally important as much as Mohit Suri. So now move on to the threats of Ek Villain Returns. The first threat of Ek Villain Return is Vikrant Rona. The biggest threat of the Ek Villain Return is Vikrant Rona, I would say, because Vikrant Rona is released in multiple languages. That is a pan-India film. This film is released in Hindi belt. So after releasing the trailer, Vikrant Rona has created a huge buzz in the social media, and that is the biggest threat of Ek Villain Returns. So now move on to the second threat of Ek Villain Returns, that is a sequel of Ek Villain. So as we all know, the Ek Villain is a very close to heart film of all fans of Siddharth Malhotra, Ritesh Deshmukh, because of the performances of Ritesh Deshmukh. That is a very differentiate performance in his career, because Ritesh Deshmukh's till date best performance in that time he was delivered, as well as Siddharth Malhotra after Loverboy he will completely transform a gangster. But in this film their cast performance is not seems like new, because John Abrams looks like he's Satyameva Jayate Avatar, Arjun Kapoor, Tara Sutaria and Disha Patani, they all are looks like a without facial expression. So that is not premises any new things in the trailer as well as those songs. So I think that is a threat for Ek Villain Returns. So now move on to the box office prediction. So the budget of the film is 50 to 60 crores, production budget 45 to 50 crores around, as well as the print and advertising cost, that is 10 to 15 crores. So total budget 50 to 60 crore approximately. Thus the screens of Ek Villain Returns, that is 2300, Indian screens 2000, as well as overseas 3000. So according to calculation, Ek Villain Returns should gross 70 to 90 crores overall. It is called to be a hit. So according to me, the first day box office collection of Ek Villain Returns, after all the SWOT analysis and all the analysis, I would say the first day of Ek Villain Returns collecting around 5 to 10 crores. So that is my prediction. So that is the video, guys. If you like the video, please comment in the below. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye bye.